I will talking about cartoons. In case childhood love all day watching cartoons. So part two is cutting my first part. So because I want to uh, for your purpose, for your goal, what is your purpose? Because a lot of motivation talking about people problem, or maybe just like solve your confusion. So maybe just like for example, I will talking about training. So if you really you're not a habit, you not go for in a life for achievements. So I talking about we one day training. We have habit is one day. We do not one day. We will not uh, forward for life. If you one day habitual your training, I think you may be best. For example, I will talking about I am a bad student in my condition. For example, my demand is a teacher of high quality to understand my question and understand my answer. For example, I will recommend you motivate yourself. So motivate I will last first part in elaborate to motivates mean you forward for goal, and motivation you pull up, you force your energy to boost up for this staying your goal. And in this case, for example, you will dive in a big swimmer, as a big swimmer into sea up, or maybe your friend's motivation speaker, you can do this, you can everything, your power, your willpower, and your skills develop, so you can drive. Or maybe you just like maybe before confusion, when you're not a deepest in water, you cannot judge. Before you judge, your teacher is like your maybe your some feel pain before you're staying your hand is correct, and you cannot it before. In this case, in teacher entered before motivational. So I think you will judge about a water in deepest. It's just like in my case, uh, I I'm just like a poor student. Before I hire a quality teacher on my as a self. So I'm talking about is a really good poor student, or maybe just like a don't understand for my easily topics. So it's a topic choosing for those motivationals, and I think not a real problem to understand. So if you really understand person to a problem of a people, so you know that, or in this case you may be a goal to achieve, and maybe your object your in this case achievement. So I will talking about a childhood case in child to demand to parents. For example, I will everything performing your task. And for example, if your child is just like playing cricket, you make a condition and decorate it to. In this case, a child is you performing all task work and all your duties perform, or then say I will completed my duty, and your parents maybe just like demand your wishes and demand your aim your child. So in this case, maybe just type of your for do not force. I will force for training. I will talking about you must be do it. I think most of old man, for those who pray for continues up, count has time. So count for timing. I will performing my worship. So in this case, and other cases, the same thing. So for define your love, what you love, and then you define is clear your love. Love is two types, and love maybe two words is just like addiction. So more addiction about your goals, more addiction about your playing a games, playing physical games, etc., or maybe your objects. So in this other case, two types of love: root cause addiction, and and then another pure efficiently your baby and your mother and your belong to attachment, your maybe your birds, maybe you're just like a pets, just like. So I will uh, recommend it for define for love. So those are motivation and concentration object. uh, there is a no over not a issue. We just like a pullover is just like a pullover pushes your muscles. So muscle, what is muscle memory? Define me. So I will three eyes ask question. So teacher is bored my question. So maybe just like a trainee. Is it just like a training to other man who just like a in under trainer? So learning muscle memory, or just like a you will find out what is the benefit of muscle memory. So we muscle and lots of pushes and lots of high potency of wheel of the cards and pull-ups. What is the benefit of define a memory of muscle? So I think lots of confusion, muscle memory in just a training, lots of demands to earn money. In this case your problem is not a little, I think your problem is not a big in this case, because your problem is just like a understand to child. Your mind is just like a child. In this case training lots of demand 10,000 50,000 for monthly for just like your fitness. Your fitness is justly simplified. uh, your exercise, monthly exercise must be changed, and your fitness level is automatically changed. So every trainees do not recommend, because he demand a lots of money for you, and your mind to foolish make you foolish. uh, Takes say a lots of diet recommended, keto diet, flan, it's lots of etc diet. But diet is a possible like, but it's possible for your body and mind, because mind and body is just like a one, don't are different. So I will recommend for your exercise training is must be a good, then you not a recommend 1,000 and a lot of money save for my pocket account, because a lot of training make bread and butter for his life. And do not concern your training, do not concern your teaching. Teach as a student. We are in life always feel a confusion what to do in this time. So I will recommend what you love and decided to. In this case must be you will enter and attach your field, and then your 100% result, 100% chance, 100% efforts you will account in this field. And then I think a money make for a big money make for in this field. So I think when you doing a pull and stay, you define motivational. So my experience and my definition is uh, as a motive is mean move your aim, move your goal. Motivational is pull your move your pull. It's just like we push-ups, and we just like a dumbbell push-up uh, um, for strong your memory. It's just like etc in everything curve your pain. It's just two types of pain. Is maybe just like a human brain is comfort zone for is just like a more like, and in the case we do not feel like. But as a exercise and training, maybe just explain good to say I will easily curve my pain and pain, a lot of pain and extra pain for muscles. Maybe just like a powerful pull up and doing better work for your work task, your life task, your better life experiences, maybe your dog. So in this case lots of I think a lot I thousand time of listen motivation, but motivation is a temporary on this time, but a not a work solution on a permanent. So find out a solution for every man, because every man has lots of different problems and personality. Not a man or not a woman is a personality different problems in this world. So find out what how to we resolve our issue. So if you find your object and motivate is automatically your charge battery. Define your motivation in definition in life. So I think most of concentration speakers a lots of different only ways for introduce for different examples, but not irrelevant, maybe just like a relevant. So I hope you learn my message, and I hope you learn for these things. And before lots of energy and lots of new topics, I will again on this video message.